I went to Suffolk University for undergrad, and after that, I worked as a paralegal for a year, and then I went to law school at Northeastern University, also in Boston.
Okay, perfect. And where did you go to, or what did your undergrad, what was your degree in?
It was political science and paralegal studies.
Okay, so you knew you wanted to be a lawyer before you went to school?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. And weren't you involved in some of the activities that were law-based, like mock trial and stuff like that?
Yep. In undergrad, I competed in mock trial, made it to nationals, so that was pretty fun. In law school, I did moot court, so yeah.
Awesome. And when you were in law school, you said you did moot court. What were some of the other organizations that you were involved in?
I was part of the Student Bar Association. I was the vice chair for that, and then I was the co-chair for the Asian American Law Student Association.
Okay. And how did you end up in Kansas City?
So I took an offer while in law school with the Department of Justice, and they told me that position for me out in the Midwest, and here I am.
Perfect. What was the position that you took with the DOJ?
I was an attorney advisor for the Kansas City Immigration Court.
Okay. And when you took that position, had you had experience with immigration court or anything related to that before, like with your paralegal work, or was that something that was very new for you?
Yeah. I was an immigration paralegal before law school. I went into law school and I did my internships, co-ops, most of which were revolving around immigration. And then, so it was a nice transition to do it post-grad as well.
And then how did you learn about the Bautista LeRoy Entrepreneur Scholarship? Was that through?
Yeah, it was through the Asian American Bar Associations. My mentors there had suggested it for me, and I'm very grateful for it. So.
Now, did they give you mentors, or was that just kind of a role that those people took on?
You know, it just kind of happens that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're as a new attorney, you're wide-eyed and just asking about people's experiences and whatnot, and people just are just so willing to help that it kind of organically forms that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then when you received the scholarship, what were some of the most beneficial components of getting that scholarship?
Yeah, so as I said before, I was really looking forward to getting into the community, really understanding the dynamics of the legal profession here. But you know, networking is pretty challenging. One, it's sometimes deter people because it's kind of hard to go out and just make a conversation. And another thing, as a new attorney transitioning and moving from Boston here, it was a tight budget, so the scholarship surely helped alleviate the financial burdens that may come with being involved and being able to network. So just taking that off the plate just really incentivized me to get out of my shell and go shake some hands.
Meet some people.
Yeah.
And doing that, do you feel like you developed other really good beneficial relationships professionally and maybe personally too, or?
Yeah, of course. These mentors just through the nature, being so genuine and organic, you just become friends naturally.
Yeah.
And then professionally, as I alluded to before, I always thought I was going to be in the immigration court. I didn't really have much experience with civil litigation, but being able to talk to people in civil litigation, both in the private and public sector, kind of made me have a better understanding and kind of an interest of it. And I think a lot of what I've learned throughout my various networking events and talking to people in civil litigation kind of made my decision a lot easier when I picked a civil litigation job after this job.
Right, so that kind of helped give you the confidence to be able to pursue something like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you've, well, it sounds like I was going to ask, is there anything you learned or gained from the scholarship? It sounds like that was a big component.
Yeah.
The civil litigation side of it, that kind of opening that side of the practice of law.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other things that you felt maybe kind of helped you, or? The networking I know probably did, getting you out of your shell.
Right. Yeah, for sure. It just incentivized me to go out and kind of being able to talk to people in a public setting. Obviously, as a litigator, that's going to be important in the future. So just being able to just go outside my comfort zone and be able to talk to people, I think that was pretty beneficial.
Scholarship. What kind of things did you get from that scholarship?
Yeah, I was able to go to a few conferences. The scholarship helped me fund that, and at these conferences, you kind of get to know people, know other lawyers for an extended period of time, which I honestly can say I wouldn't have be able to fund myself, and I probably wouldn't have gone and made all those connections and be able to really learn people past a 15-minute networking session. Really get to know people, get to know their practice in depth a little bit more. And that's all these benefits of going to a conference. And like I said, I wouldn't have been able to fund it myself as a new and transitioning lawyer.
Yeah, because they're expensive.
They sure are.
Right, yeah.
They sure are.
Can you tell me some of the organizations that the scholarship helped you, they paid, I know, an annual membership for which organizations were you able to?
The Kansas City, the KCMBA, Asian Bar Association of Greater Kansas City, the Missouri Bar Association, and then the National Asian Pacific American Association as well.
Those were all paid for by the scholarship program?
That's correct.
That's great.
That's correct.
Wow, that's awesome. Saves a lot of money.
Sure does.